You guys want to talk about nostalgia? That's what this pizza does for me. I've been eating the same pizza since I was like, I don't know, in about third grade. And so today when I ordered one, I was feeling extra nostalgic. So since I was feeling extra nostalgic, I decided to dig back through some of the very first stuff I did with Clifford. So for a lot of you guys, it's always just been a turbo LS swap truck, or those of you who follow me on Facebook and Instagram, maybe you didn't get to see the same journey along the way where it started from. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with some of the very firsts, some of Clifford's very first, like its first startup, its first burnout, yada, yada, yada. We're going to go all the way along that train. So stick with us. Thanks for watching. I'm Diggin' Z71, and these are Clifford's firsts. All right, so first up on the list is naturally the very first place. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God dang, hang on, boys. Going for a ride. Your camera fell off the dash. All right, maybe that'll stay. First up on the list, this is going to just be the most natural place to start this thing, and that's with Clifford's very first startup. So let's check this one out. There's truly not much like that very first startup when you put all this time, money, and effort into something and it comes to fruition with that first compression stroke and it's just wah, and it comes alive. Dang, like that's what you for right there. Like that's a huge moment. That's like, it's validation for all the stuff that you've spent time and money wise leading up to that moment. But beyond that, that's when it starts to get real. That's when the real problems expose themselves and when you got to really get down to business. And that's what this next video is. The next video is the very first real trip to the tuner, and the truck was much, much happier at this point. So enjoy. Just a clean idle clip of the truck in its early stages. Check it out. Okay, so we've gotten the truck over the hump. That's what I like to call it. The hump is that transitional period between your first startup and it's like actually starting to do its job, what you built it to do. The truck is idling happy, it's running smooth. The only thing left to do now is our first burnout. What's a good street truck build without a freaking smoky burnout? So this is my very first, very weak, but very first burnout that I did in Clifford since I did the motor swap. Ugh, so cringy. Weak. Those tires, by the way, were so hard, I literally questioned whether they were going to spark when I would do burnouts. That's how just physically hard that dang rubber was. But yeah, weak burnout. Glad we can do some better ones now. After you do your first burnout, what do? You do a burnout, then you make a pass. So here we go. This is me and Austin, my boy Austin. Does everything with me, my partner. This is him. He's filming for the passenger seat for our first four-wheel drive hit out on the street following our burnout. Check it out.
You get up on the converter a little bit.
About how that first pass went. That's what you do. You got to start somewhere, and that's what this whole thing's about, is that you don't have to bust off these 5-second passes your first time out with your truck. It's great to start somewhere, learn about it, and improve. Whoop, I ran over something. Yikes. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to learn and grow along the way. We obviously didn't start out the fastest thing in the world. We didn't start out with the crazy, most badass Z71 there is. And the next clip that we're going to show here, there's nothing special about this one. It's just a really, really gnarly idle video. Just straight up gnarly sounding idle. Nothing more to say about it. That's it. Enjoy. absolute great sounding truck. Had that just chop. It, couldn't beat it. So we're still on the things of first here. We didn't completely abandon it yet. I just had to toss that little idle clip in there while I could. This next video is going to be the very first pass I made at the track with Clifford. So this is next to another cammed F-body, a WS6, a local guy, one of my buddies. His name was Damon. Super cool car, but this was one of the best races I have ever had, and it also happened to just be my first one. Let's take a look. So that race right there got me like wholesomely, and I mean wholesomely, addicted to drag racing, because my very first time I'm going down the track, I go down neck and neck with this guy. Like, I think if I had beat him even, I would not have wanted to race as badly as I did. The fact that he like just barely squeaked around me actually gave me my total addiction to drag racing. That's what really ignited the flame. So at first, when I first built the truck, I wasn't into drag racing that much. I just liked going fast. I liked having a cam truck, yada yada yada, you know, and it was just, the track was a cool place to go. Let's go to the track, let's run it, let's see what it does. But it was more about let's see what it does than it was racing. But when I raced him and he beat me by that little skosh there at the end, no, that was it. I had to be better. I had to get faster. Game over from that point on. Let's get better. Aside from just racing,
in 3.7 miles, turn right onto State Route 41.
Well, you hear GPS talking at me. Maybe it's a good time to bring this up. If you're still with me, stick around to the end, because I have something that's going to be a new first. And let me tell you guys, it's going to be an absolute game changer. This is something I've never done before, and new first coming up. Stick around. Huge Easter egg, game changer. Stick with me. So back to our regularly scheduled program here. That first race, that did it. That was game over. But when you're not racing, what else do you do when you have a big cammed LS truck? Well, you start it up and you listen to it. So this next clip might just be the greatest, this is self-proclaimed, but it might be the greatest cold start idle video of any OBS out there. Mine's the greatest. It's the best. So do you see what I mean? That might be the absolute greatest cold start LS truck video there is, period. Fight me, argue with me, I don't care. So you're driving a big cammed LS truck that sounds good, yeah, you've been over that. All that's great. What do you do when you want to get faster? You add a little spice to it. Check this one out. Quick. It's gonna be quick. Be careful. Oh, that's all you get. That is the biggest hint that you guys are gonna get. There she goes. That's the game changer. Different, like a freaking different ballpark. Back to your regularly scheduled Clifford's firsts. Let's go. So obviously Nitrous was that next step leap for us. That's what took us from, you know, being a pretty cool cammed all motor truck into like something actually damn rowdy. That's what we did. So when we first put the kit on, Austin goes, hey, you know, what kind of jets are you thinking? What kind of shot do you want to spray? And I said, I don't care. Don't even tell me. He didn't. I said, don't tell me until after I race. And that's exactly what he did. He pulled them on, and we went straight to 150 shot. That's what he put in. That's what he loaded up, and I don't know, I pulled around and I grabbed that kit the first time on the street, and it was gonna sound cliche, but it really felt to me like I was in that Fast and Furious scene where they're like, the truck probably made like 500 horse at the time. It ran like a 720 or 730 in that configuration, but I'm serious. When I went from a couple hundred passes all motor in the 400 wheel ballpark range into that 150 shot where it was 500 and 520, maybe, you know, whatever in there, it really felt like, and let me tell you, it was a blast. So check out that video right coming up next. This is going to be the very first nitrous hit that Austin and I did in the truck on the street coming up. So that's going to do it. That was the first nitrous street hit that we did in Clifford back in the day. Sometimes I really miss the you know, just grab the button and go type of thing. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this trip down memory lane, nostalgia trip that we've been on. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Digging Z71. We'll see you next time. Keep digging.